Hello, it's Matty G. This is a quick Umbreon map tour. If anyone's seen any of the tours that I've done before, you know they're unusual, they're a bit crazy, and you might learn a little something. So here we are. It seems like this map is in the backdrop to sort of Erlingrad with the mountains around. We'll take a better look. You start off here on New Farmer mode at the shop. We'll jump onto the map. There's the map. As you can see, it is pretty much a forestry map, or at least it looks that way to me. You have one field here, which seems to be a big open grass land, and you got field 2, which by the looks of it is a ploughed field. You start off at the shop with a couple of bits of equipment. Trying to see if there's any more equipment. It doesn't look like it. It shouldn't take too long at all. We'll jump into the build mode here, and we'll have a look what pieces of equipment you get. So to start off, you get a truck for your hauling. It's a simple Max Superliner. Forest machineries. They both are the Rotten line. And then you've got a trailer for your logs. Nice, quick and simple. And it's nice to see that if you jump straight into the sales, this is the second time I've loaded one up, and both times there's been a truck, a flatbed truck in here. So here is the Pinnacle flatbed, as you can see. So I don't know if that's a thing that the map team have done to start off with, in case you want a second truck. But if it is, great. If not, then obviously that's just a little bonus. So as you can see, here's your repair shop. Here's your buying. Pretty simple. You start the shop. It seems like you have access to these sheds. So over here you see that you have your trailer and truck, and to the left you have your logging equipment. Nice piece, especially to start off with. Not cheap. We're talking a few 100,000 each. So you're not starting off with cheap equipment. But we'll jump in the truck and we'll go for a little drive. There's not a great deal to see on the map itself. I think there's some more bits. If you're on land, you'll get some animals, etc. But for the most part, you literally start where you are. So as you can see, we're at the shop. Logins everywhere. You buy a bit of land and bob your uncle. You can sell it here. Nice, quick and easy. But what land do we have? Do we have any? Well, we're on New Farmer mode, so we'll jump straight back into the map. We'll go into the purchase land section. And as you can see, technically, yeah. You own part of the periphery, by the looks of it. No, you don't. Yes, you do. You can sell that chunk there. I'm not sure if that's sort of a well, there's no forestry there. It's just more sell points in the water. Water around the edges and no bits. So you own a chunk of forestry just here, just on the mountain ridge. Just there, see? That is a 91,000 bit of land if you wanted to sell it. You also own, obviously the sell points you seem to own, but you also own a section here, which I'm guessing is a field. So you own a part of a field, so it looks like if you wanted to, you could purchase the rest of that. Very expensive. Oh, that's reasonable. 294,000. I thought it said 2 million. You can purchase the rest of that and extend it, make it a big field there, nice and easy. Over here, you could purchase field 2. That would be, apparently that comes with a lot more. So yeah, if you want to purchase field 2, with that, you will get this chunk up here. This massive chunk of forestry land. It's an unusual way of doing it, but the price for that is an astronomical 1.3 million. And it's not exactly a big field, let's face facts. So, yeah, I think if you're going to do it, you would probably buy something along the lines of this chunk here. 66 grand. Out of wood, make that money back easy, then build your farmland there. Because, let's face it, 1.3 million for the only bit of farm there, it's a bit shocking. Some of these are quite nice and cheap. 29 grand, 9 grand there. You got two little bits. Oddly shaped, some of them. But yeah, not overly priced. So the only real one that I was shocked with was Field 2. 1.3 million. That's a lot. So you've got chunks of land everywhere. So if you want to start a farm somewhere, you want to start a farm in a specific area, if you think this area looks good, that's a very large area, you can do that. Just need to clear the trees. Interesting. I mean, that mind boggles me. You want to buy the Field 2? That really is mind boggling. Yeah, that's a lot. 1.3 million. Well, let's drive around. There's not much to look at. We're not going to worry about the sell points too much because they all do pretty much the same thing. It's mostly logging. Anything else you really want to do, you're probably better off putting down productions and sell points yourself, making the map look pretty. I would suggest kind of running this map a bit like a no man's land, but with wood sell point. So clear some forest, start making your farm. I would say get a team on it. You know, make a server out of it if you've got the time. Actually, you know, we'll to the road and see where the road leads. It's always nice to see where we go. I haven't turned traffic off, but I also haven't seen anything. So, you know, bear that in mind. It may be that there is no traffic on the map. So if this is for a roleplay scenario, it'll be a bit like Calmsden Farm. Nice little bridge. Jump out and have a look at what the water texture looks like. Interesting. The water's jumping up. Rapids, yes, possibly, but that is, I mean, there's no waterfall. There's no reason for the water to be jumping like that. It's a bit unusual. I get make it a little foamy. It's nice that you've got the splash interaction though. It is different. I mean, it's not like it's going down a hill there too badly, so it shouldn't be running too fast. I'm curious. Let's jump into the river over here. Let's see what sort of contacts it has. Nothing. No. You're not jumping through it. Yeah, I mean, if you could see this now from a second player, third person view, you would be crouching on top of the water, as it is on a lot of the maps. But if you jump over here, okay, now it did. There we go. It splashes there. So yeah, it does look a bit odd, if you ask me. But yeah, they say they've fixed some water issues. I would say that's one that needs addressing, because the only time I've ever seen water come up is at the bottom of a waterfall. There's certainly not a waterfall there. Saying that, we're going to jump out of first person. It's going to come GTA version, if you like, and have a little look at it. It's a very pretty map. If this was done for prosthetics, it looks pretty. Lots of trees, lots of forestry areas. I mean, you could create a nice campsite if that's something you'd want to do. There are... Let's go back here. This is one of the sell points down here. And reverse is really slow in these. I should have got a pickup. We'll use what we've got, eh? So it's one of the fields here. It's marked down as a field one. I mean, that looks like solid compact ground. That definitely would need a lot of work doing to it. But yeah, that would be the field one that you already own. It's not very large at all. I mean, personally, I would probably not even worry about that being a field. I would use this nice flat bit of land here to put buildings up. I mean, it could be that was the idea behind it originally, and they just thought that they'll turn it into a field or place it with a number on it, so you know we would think of it as a field, just so that they could say it's got fields on the map. Who knows? But we're coming into the sell point areas. It's nicely decorated. As you see, timber. It's all bases on timber. You do have a little shop here. Jump out. The Cody's Toy Store. So we already know what the balls on this map will be. Looks like they're going to be toy based. Please return carts here. I mean, it's nicely detailed. It is what it is. Sell points again. It is what it is. I would probably place my own stuff down. I mean, there we go. We've got another store there, but with no buy trigger. So that's interesting. Another store. Again, no buy trigger. It looks like you can go in here, so we'll have a look, see if we can. Nope. So yeah, they've just taken a base game building that should be interactive. Should have been able to go in there and plop that down. So yeah, there's stores, two of them, both stores not being able to be used. So yeah, I mean, delete some of the bits. It's Clever Motors, so you could possibly even roleplay, build yourself a nice little car sale section. Get some tacos. Lovely jubbly. We've even got a shed here. Technically you can use that one as well. There's nothing stopping you. Fire department on the road. I think it's the same one from Elm Creek. Yeah. No interactions on that. Now we'll jump back in the truck. And we'll chuck a turn in here. Where do you want to go? Left? Or should we go right? We came straight on. I think we came straight on, didn't we? We're going to go right anyway. Past the fire truck station. See what else we can find. There should be another sale place up this way. I'm not going to pay too much attention. There it is. It's the fuel station. It's rather large opening. So, I mean, you could definitely put some bits and bobs in there. Rather large for what it is. And now it seems like the road has ended and we're now on a dirt track. So again, more forestry. It's a lot of forestry. Let's face it, it is a basic forestry map, but it is a pretty forestry map. It's not just trees plonked down. It's not like a construction map where it's just flattened out and you've got a couple of buildings and you know, this is more in the no man's land way of doing it. Here's another sell point. Now what I like about this one, you can tell, they've got these logs on the river. Now in essence, in these sort of areas, they will sell them and float them down the river to where their delivery point would be. It's very Canadian, Alaska style, that. Very nice. It's a nice little touch. But we'll carry on and give it another couple of minutes on this tour. See if there's anything else of interest. Oh, we've got definitely a climb. I like that. Any of you guys that like doing sort of roleplay camping series, a bit like the squad and his crew. This map would offer that. No one says you have to farm it. No one says you have to forest it. You could use it for whatever purpose you deem worthy. I'm going to come down to a little junction. We're going to follow the edge of the map because there seems to be a nice ridge up here. What it looks like. Dodgy, go upstairs. That's a steep fall. Canyon. right on the edge of the map. That is a steep fall. It's definitely got some interesting roleplay aspects. You know, recovery, falling off the edge. And we've got a little placeable area up here, so you could definitely have a campsite. And then multiple tracks coming off. We're going to take this one. Doesn't look as steep, he says. Yeah, that one seems to drop off. Another camp spot, possibly. Right up in the hills here. And I think we should be coming up to a big body of water. If I turn around, there it is. It's down there. See if we can get down to it. This could go horribly wrong. Should not be doing this sort of off-roading in a truck. Way! We made it though. More of a close your eyes and hope for the best. There we are. Apparently we're actually driving on the water. Going to, but as you can see, there's the water. It does look pretty deep out there. So this would be one of those maps where you would lose your vehicle if you went in it. You'd have to that vehicle. There is an island. I don't think there's going to be anything on there. I mean, it's quite possible there'll be a collectible on it or something, but it doesn't look like there's any building or anything. Try and just get through this. So there's another little opening here, is there? No, just a break in the trees. So now we're driving through blind. We're heading round the edge of here. There's another sell point at the end. And this one is the, if you like, the edge of the map slash Ford. Is that how it's pronounced? Area. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear. Can we get around that fence? Probably not. Probably fall straight in the water, but we'll try. I've noticed on this that the fences like that, where it's just empty open chain link. There was a few on Calmson that I found. They're really hard to get around because even if you're not touching them, there's a collision there. Oh, it's so close. I bet we're going to fall off. Nope, we're through. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, we've got another sell point there. Then obviously, not that you could see it, but obviously down there through that valley would be your exit point. That would be the exit to the sea, to the ocean, I'm guessing. Nice details on the ships. They are not boardable. That's okay. They should be. They should have a collision on them, so you could just. Oh no, there is. I can jump in this bit. I suppose that is a. Let's jump back out again. Sell points. You would load your logs up there, I'm guessing, and then sell trigger there. But the rest of the ship, as you can see, definitely not. So they've just made the box a collision. Just the box. Everything else, not so much. It's a shame. I'm going to guess that's the same with the other one, actually. We're not going to do that again. Well, let's get cracking on. There's not much more to see, really. We'll try and find our way out and up to the technically called Field 2. Have a look at that. The £1.3 million one. See what all the fuss is about. I mean, in theory, it should be growing gold trees at that price. Solid gold trees with money coming off its leaves. For a field that's rather pricey, I still can't go. I mean, I understand they've linked it up with forestry, so you've got a nice chunk of forest that comes with. But I just can't justify why I put a field in there make it almost impossible to buy it. There's a house there you can use as your sleep trigger. You have to purchase a sleep trigger though. Another one there, and this is the field in question. Yeah, again, a tiny field. I mean, 1.3 million. That is surely that's a practical joke. That's a. Have they designed this map for loggers only in mind and thought, do you know what? We'll put a field down so that other people can stop moaning, but we'll take the piss by making it 1.3 million. Who knows? Who knows? There we are. I think we'll end it there. It was, like I say, it was just a quick map tour. Have a little look around. All the sell points are pretty much the same. They're all basically wood. There is one grain one, as I say, over by field 1. But I think, to be honest, you treat this map as a no man's land or a calm lands. So you're going to build your farm after you do a chunk of forestry. And the idea is the more deforestation you do, the more you build. You put your sell points in, your productions, make a bit of a town in it. It is a pretty map, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it is. I would say it's purely a forestry. You really can't say more than it is a forestry. It's a blank forestry map. That's what I would say, really, to be honest. And I'm going to keep saying really, to be honest, because I sound like a numpty. So have a cracking day, and we will see you next time.